Wait, what the heck are we doing again?
Exactly.
Turn and face the strain. Changes. Don't wanna be a richer man. Changes. Turn and face the strain. Changes. It's gonna have to be a different man. Now may change me, but I can't trace time.
Oh, baby, we are back with another episode of the Monarch Experience. And yes, we have toiled. You don't know this because we've cut all this, but we have toiled for the last 5 minutes staring at each other, trying to figure out how am I starting this episode. And I started with, oh, baby. And I was told not to. But I did anyway, because that's how I roll, and that's how our XPs or experiencers like it. They like it crazy. They like it uncensored. They probably don't like the name XPs or experiencers. So maybe we're thinking all of you Monarch measles out there. You got Bieber fever, and maybe you've got Monarch measles. Welcome to the Monarch Experience. Thank you so much for listening to our second episode of this season. I am so pumped to be able to jump into our episode today about 6th grade survival guide. Yep, that's right. It's a dangerous world out there. In the 6th grade hallway, the 6th grade classes, changing classes to classes for the first time maybe ever in your life, turning those horrible spheric objects left, then right again, then left, known as lockers. We're hoping that we can help some 6th graders out today and help them understand how to adjust to middle school, know that they're not alone, that we've got some people here today that have been through similar things. Maybe parents can listen in also and try to give them some advice. And also 7th and 8th graders, we're not alienating you yet. Hopefully you can use this to kind of reflect on your experience, tell us what we got wrong, what we got right. But before all that, we've got to give some major shout outs. Got to give a major shout out going from Dr. Baskin to Sammy Pine and Michael Rosenstrauss for putting together a slide presentation for October's Pillar of Character, Respect. It can be viewed on our school webpage or on the grade level Google Classrooms. Major shout out, major props, Sammy and Michael. Sammy is no stranger to the Monarch Experience. She was on the very first episode, which you can go back and listen to on Anchor or Spotify, Google Podcast, iTunes, wherever you get your podcasts. Also, second shout out has to go to our winner for our Snapchat challenge. Last week, we put out a challenge to listen or take a picture of yourself listening to the Monarch Experience episode in the most unique spot imaginable. And there are some pretty good ones. We had people taking pictures listening to it at the base of Mount Everest. But our winner, mental drum roll please, goes to Disha. Disha took a picture of herself listening to last week's episode on the power positivity in the African jungle. Yeah, not kidding. There was a tiger that was literally 4 feet from her face. And the tiger actually listened to the podcast, felt way more positive about himself, and then went about his day and did not allow negativity to define him. And it was, overall, it was a great day. Disha, congratulations. Disha ended up choosing her prize, which was unbelievably dangerous and careless on my part, but yeah, that's what I do. Disha is getting herself a brand new car. Actually, she's getting herself some Sour Patch Kids. She could have gotten a car, but she chose the Sour Patch Kids. Disha, you might want to think that through next time. But we're going to keep this rolling. For this episode too, snap a picture of you listening to the podcast in the most unique place possible. Take a look on our Snapchat at the Monarch Experience Podcast so you can get an idea of what Disha's image looked like. And I think you'll find it pretty entertaining. But today, we're going to be talking about 6th grade survival, how to make it through the rough and tough jungle of 6th grade. Obviously, Disha, our winner from last week, was able to do that. So today, we've got 3 amazing survivors of 6th grade. We've got Suhani. Suhani, say hey.
Hello.
We've got Prisha. Prisha, say some kind of salutation.
Hi.
Great choice. And then we've got returning for a second episode. You might remember her from the very first episode of the Monarch Experience Standardized, which is available on Anchor and iTunes and Spotify. Go check it out. Madison.
Hello, everyone.
You guys have to put an end to an argument that I have been having with my food.
Oh boy.
When I go and get Mexican food and I get a taco, I only will have a hard shell taco. I think it is unethical to eat a taco and have a soft shell taco or a burrito. Where do you stand on this taco war?
Burritos.
Burritos?
Burritos are by far the best.
How?
There is no contemplation. Like, okay, when you're eating a taco, everything just falls out. Burrito, it's all wrapped in there, nice and cuddled.
Oh.
And it stays in.
Yeah. I don't like my food cuddling.
But then
Yeah,
you have
I
to go
agree.
and get a fork, which they don't have.
No,
And-
if you're eating a taco, I don't think you have forks.
Well, yeah, and then you have to pick it back off your plate. Or you're not eating the whole taco. You're paying more.
But if the burrito isn't made correctly, it can also fall out.
Oh, yeah, it spills out. It's like a poorly made
Always.
wrap. Yeah.
Then you can readjust the burrito. If you try to bend a hard shell taco, sorry to break it for you, but it's
You
gonna
always
fall.
pick the
Oh, I like what you did there. Sorry to break it to you,
Mhm.
but your shell's going to break.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Oh, we're all about the puns here. Suhani, where are you on this?
I like a tortilla base, so I'm either fine with a soft taco or a burrito, but I feel like I'm more of a burrito person.
How come? Like, I don't like it's not that I have a personal preference towards tacos or hard shells. I actually just don't want to have a soft shell taco or burrito. Like, it's against my religion.
There's no like specific reason, but like in tacos, again, if you like take one bite, the thing just like snaps in half, and then you can't really eat it.
Depends
So-
on where you eat it.
Yeah.
But it's still gonna crack in half.
No.
Yeah.
I've mastered the art of not letting it crack in half.
Do you like take it and then just like pour it in your mouth?
No, one giant bite.
I mean,
taco.
the tacos, there is no standing up a taco. It's
No.
originally on its side.
And you have to
all
hold
the
it the whole
stuff,
time.
Yeah. All this stuff is originally pouring out, so then when you go to pick it up,
It's already poured out.
yeah, it's already poured out, so then you eat it, and let's say some, guac falls out, which everyone loves guac.
Yeah, obviously.
So
I'll pay an extra $1.50 for it.
the guac falls out, and you want to get back the guac, so you put down the taco, get the guac, and then more stuff falls out of the taco.
Yeah, see, but the only problem I have with hard shell tacos is that I have all of my neck pain is attributed to hard shell tacos because you have to crane your neck like 45 degrees to one side to eat. And you, like you said, you can't put down the taco as you're eating. You're pretty much committing that as soon as you take a bite, you have to keep that thing in your hand the whole time.
Once you're in
And then my
the
neck
moment.
is craned 90 degrees now. It went 45, now it's 90 degrees to one side. And then I am in pain.
Once you're in it, you're all in.
Once you're in, you're all in. And that is how we roll here at the Monarch Experience. Once you're in, you're all in. And when you're all in, first impressions become key. So as we're reflecting back, we've got Madison and Prisha who are 8th graders. Suhani is a 7th grader, so she's fresh out of her survival. Fresh out of 6th grade. And she's made it through. One of the things that I thought of when we came up with the idea for this episode was like, I wanted to try to set this up as kind of a how-to. Like, how do 6th graders who are still in the midst of it, we're only in October by the time this thing gets published, we're only in October, what are some things that maybe they have to kind of look out for? And I think the best way to start this is, what were your first impressions of middle school when you first started? Coming from elementary school, you were like, kings of the castle, and queens of the castle. And then now you're in 6th grade, and first impressions.
It's enormous.
The school?
Everything. People, I'm like, is that going to be me one day?
Like a giant?
Yes. Like,
Yeah.
I was
And now
I
look
was
at you, you're a
always-
giant.
I was always very short. I am still very short. And I was like, looking up at everyone. Am I ever going to be that tall? Turns out I was never that tall.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert, I'm not that tall. But, like, you can just tell by the way an 8th grader even dresses, by the way 6th grade dresses,
Sure.
and, like, walks, like, they have much more confidence.
Yeah,
and,
they dress themselves.
It's like drastic changes. Just like, remember when I was in 6th grade, I used to dress up in like, I wouldn't say childish, but like they had like words on it. Now I just like dress plain. Like,
You have words on your shirt right now.
but it's It's a
They're
brand.
they're
It's a
sophisticated
brand.
words.
It's a brand.
Because you can't see, but she's wearing Calvin Klein right now. All right?
Jeans.
Yeah. Suhani, what was one of the first impressions you had? I like how we've got like everyone was large. People had words on their shirts. And Suhani, go ahead. What was the first impression you had coming in as a 6th grader?
I thought it was gonna be like super cool and like the main thing and like hardest thing to like get used to was lockers. And so in elementary school in 5th grade, we got like the opportunity to like practice with lockers if we had like free time and like the locks. And then I thought that you get like 10 minutes to actually switch classes. But then like once we actually got
Prisha's like a jaded 8th grader. She's like 10 minutes.
But like by the 2nd month of school, like I didn't have a locker buddy, but there were like locker buddies of like the people who were next to me, and they would just stand in my spot because they thought no one was there. So then I couldn't even get to my locker. So like it was like hard. And my Spanish class was on the other side of the school. So it was like hard getting like around the school.
So the lockers were like the biggest problem because that was an adjustment. Because you had to get your stuff. You couldn't just walk around all day. Did any of you at any point just say, no, I'm not doing this locker thing. I'll carry on all my books at all times?
I
kind of tried that.
Yeah.
I tried it in the beginning of the year. Like, I had, like, this bag, and I put all my stuff in it, and then I walked around, and then one teacher came up to me, she's like, you can't do that anymore.
You're, like, dragging around, like, a giant bag. Like, you look like Santa Claus. Yeah.
This was actually in 7th grade, would, like, constantly get my locker jammed because I had so much stuff in it. So my teacher would always have to come out and, like, elbow it and, like, kick it.
Who's your teacher, the Fonz?
Miss McKee.
Oh, okay. The Fonz.
And then it would, like, come open and everything would fall out. I was like, thank you. So in 6th grade, I should have taken more time to learn that you can't just, it's never, it's not
It's a
never
small
ending.
space.
Yeah. It's not bottomless. It is.
So it's not like one of the trees in Nightmare Before Christmas where you open it and you see into the abyss?
No. I didn't realize that in 6th grade because I feel like in 7th grade I had a lot more supplies than I needed.
Okay.
So I was,
All right. Suhani, you mentioned like locker buddies. Was that a thing that they kind of instilled in you that like, you'd have like a buddy at your locker, or is that just kind of, did the term mean nothing?
I mean, I don't have any experience with it, but, like, I do now. But, like, we kind of, like, sort things out, and my friend's my locker buddy.
Okay.
So, like, but I don't get time to, like, talk to her during the, like, while we're switching classes. And I just take, like, all my stuff with me. And then, like, after lunch, I just switch my books. So it's not, like, hard to do stuff. It just takes, like, a little bit of time.
Okay. So, what do you think? So, Suhani, I don't know if I'd be wrong to say that the hardest adjustment maybe for you was lockers and like getting used to your schedule.
That and like organizing my plans and stuff like that. Because like in the beginning of the year, I got like so many things for my locker to make it look pretty, and I thought it stayed that way for like the rest of the year.
How long did it last?
Like a week. And this year I like decreased how much I put in my locker, but still like by the next week it was all just like, where are my books? So,
who cares about this pretty stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah. Prisha, what do you think one of the hardest adjustments for you was?
Probably making it in a 3-minute time period that you have to switch.
Because it wasn't 10 minutes.
It was not. Thank you, Suhani. So, like, my teacher would always, like, say, like, if you don't come at the end of 3 minutes, you're going to get detention. And I've never gotten detention.
So they lied.
Thank God.
Wow. Or you always got there on time.
I got there on time. Sometimes I got there, like, 30 seconds late.
And they didn't give you detention?
My Spanish teacher used to, like, lock us out of the room.
Oh, nice.
And I was
That's supposed
like,
to be a punishment? That means you didn't have to go to class.
Yeah. No, but then he would yell at us at the end, so that was nice. And I had this like locker buddy. He would never let me go to my locker because he would always be hogging it. And I used to like complain. My mom said, "You know what? Divide the time equally." So we did a minute and a half for one, and then a minute and a half for second, and so we got there on time.
Nice. So it sounds like one of the hardest adjustments is just like getting around within like the allotted 3 minutes.
Yeah.
All right, Madison, what was one of the hardest adjustments for you?
It was definitely the workload.
Okay.
Because it's significantly more than elementary school, I feel, at least my elementary school. And I was very cross-quadded. So usually if you're on, quad, I don't even know what they are anymore. D? I think I was on D. And my homeroom was D, my social studies was F, my science was E. And if you're on the same quad, usually the teachers try to coordinate. But since I was on different, I would have 2 projects and 2 tests due the same day. And so that was confusing, but I mastered my time management skills that way.
That's awesome. How'd you do that? Like, how did you adjust?
Okay, so I used to be able to hold off my homework until, 8 o'clock at night and be like, oh, just answer a couple math problems. But no, I sectioned everything off. I made a schedule. I now, do math homework for half an hour, every project. Like, I definitely got better at scheduling.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because you had so much.
Yes.
Okay. Totally makes sense. For me, I came over in 7th grade, and for me, I remember one of the hardest adjustments. And back in my day, when I was in middle school, getting shoved in lockers. One of the things that I remember that was a hard adjustment was that it was like you had to get to where you had to get to, like, and you were responsible for it. So like in my elementary school, it was the teachers would come to you if you would switch, but we didn't have to go anywhere. And for this, it was like, okay, go ahead, go and get to class. I'd be like, how do I get to class? Can I just not go to class? What happens if I don't get to class? Are they going to lock me out? Is 4 minutes enough? And Old Middle is like really, you think this school is big. Old Middle is really confusing.
It's like 3 floors.
It's like 3 floors. Yeah, they have their pool on the 4th floor.
Oh, sure.
And ours is on the 2nd.
Sure.
Yeah. Funniest failure. What do you guys think?
Like Prisha said, I was in Prisha's Spanish class, and this teacher, he was like, she's not lying. Like, he would lock you out if you were late. So one day, I was late in math because I was going over tests with the teacher. She gave me a pass, but I went to Spanish, and the door was locked. Okay. So I went back to,
You didn't pick the lock to get in? Like, to me, if I'm a teacher and I did that, I would think that would show that you are someone who is self-directed. You're motivated. You want to get in. You don't allow doors or any kind of barrier, whether physical or mental, to get in the way of your learning, because it's your education.
Education.
I did not have a bobby pin on me.
Oh, yeah. See, I always carry bobby pins with me the whole time.
One day I was wearing, my hair down. So.
Yeah.
But
so what'd you do?
So I went back to the teacher's room. Like, I expected them to be there, maybe calm with me and explain what happened. No one was there. No one was there. None of the teachers were there. Like, I looked in every classroom. And then I went to student services, and they're like, sorry, we can't give you a pass without, your teacher's reason or something. I don't know. But I finally found, like, Mr. Talley or something walking around the hallway. I was like, please help me. So he helped me. Turns out all the teachers went to this big lunch party or something.
And they ditched you.
Nice. So I was stuck there for 5 minutes, looking for someone to help me get into Spanish. In retrospect, I probably shouldn't have been as panicked. But
or you should have had a bobby pin on you.
Yeah.
Well, shout out to Mr. Talley then, obviously, for helping you find your way. Because that's got to be, was that at the beginning of the year?
Yeah.
So everything is new. Everything is a huge adjustment. You're finally like, I'm going to make it Spanish on time. I'm almost there. And then you find out that, no, there are walls that are up that are getting in the way of your learning.
In 7th grade, it was the last day of school. And I was by my locker getting all my books. And I had all my books out and nothing was in it. And it was like the one time my locker was clean and empty. So I was like, wow, this is so good. I was like, I'm going to miss you. And I turn around and my locker buddy's there like, what are you doing?
You were talking to your locker?
No, yeah. I was like, wow, it's been a good year with you. And
Did he think you were talking to him?
No, he was just like,
oh, he was just concerned.
Are you insane? And I was like, it's the last day. I'm never going to see you again. Like,
So did you introduce yourself to your locker this year?
No, I think I learned my lesson.
So you're just going to be rude to your locker now?
Yeah, just like slam it, like bam.
Wow, that's mean?
I mean, I felt bad for my locker last year because it got jammed so many times.
Right,
so I guess
right.
I had to apologize.
And you're a kind person. I think you're looking out for your locker. You're thinking you wanted to let your locker know it wasn't his or her fault.
Yeah.
Was your locker a him or a her?
I don't know.
You didn't think that far?
No,
Because you're not crazy. That's why.
No, I'm not that
Yeah,
crazy.
you're like, I
I'm
just
not
talked to
crazy.
my locker, but I didn't name it. It's not like we named like a potted plant. Carl. I always feel like there is some story about someone like, someone's always puking in front of everyone. I feel like someone's always like vomiting, and then someone else is vomiting as like a response to the vomit. Like, is my perception, because I'm in the totally other side of the building. Is there as much puke as I imagine in the beginning of 6th grade?
No.
So it's just like 1 or 2 instances where someone's just getting sick that's just always being like over exaggerated.
Yeah. And
Okay.
6th graders, they love to stir the drama. So they're like, oh my gosh, it's so, like, if one person puked or 2 people, they're like, everyone's puking,
It was a puke fest.
Yeah, the plague is gonna get me. Like, that was...
Maybe that's why, because I'm listening to 6th graders talk about how everyone's throwing up.
Yeah. I had a friend, she, it was legit. Like, every year someone would, throw up, and they were sitting right next to her.
Oh no.
Yeah, right next to her. And, like, it was all through elementary school and 6th grade, and then 7th grade it finally stopped, and we're like, what did you do? Yeah, God bless you. like,
That's some God blessed her.
yeah, maybe it was like a 7-year, like, plague thing. Like, we're glad for you that it's over.
Is it they're just not getting, maybe they're just like their stomachs are not adjusted to the lunch food yet. And that's why.
Yeah,
Maybe that's it.
There was, like, a myth.
There's like an adjustment
All
period.
the kids in my grade, they came back from the peer-to-peer retreat, and we're like, the pizza, because everyone felt, not so good that
Oh,
it was
no.
the pizza. And I was like, y'all just milking it, like.
Yeah. Oh, maybe that was it. Maybe it was the milk. I almost think maybe it's like there's something in the school that it's like that's how you pay your dues as a 6th grader. Like
By
you're getting
throwing
like
up?
initiated. Yeah. And
By
like,
throwing up?
By throwing up. Like the school is like a living, breathing organism that basically is like, you're going to throw up tomorrow in math. And then you do, and you're like, I could conquer this now. I'm good. And now like you have no fear because you've already had that happen. Any other adjustments that you felt like or that made this transition so difficult?
You have to be very mindful of your surroundings, I'd say.
Do you think 6th graders are not mindful of their surroundings?
I wasn't.
They're just walking into things?
No,
That was me.
that happened to me so many times.
How many times did you hit your head on the top of a locker?
Oh, that happened to me like 5 times this year.
Wow. You're not even in 6th grade.
Almost like
And
every...
we've only been here for like 6 weeks. That's once a week.
But like almost every week, someone drops something on my head when I'm on my when I'm at my locker.
That's rough.
Like once it was a Chromebook, today it was an eraser.
Yes, that
Wow.
always happened to me.
My-
I was always to the
Monday it
bottom.
might be a piano. Be careful.
My friend was like so unlucky. She had this locker buddy. She would dramatize everything. So like she would be like, my locker buddy was like throwing everything down on my head,
As they're underneath.
like a Chromebook.
Is that a real thing that 6th graders kind of have to like be quicker on their toes because they're not used to the fact that like someone might be right above you
Yeah.
getting stuff out of their locker and
I
if you're
lost
not aware of
5
your
pounds.
surroundings?
Yeah, I felt like it also helped with my confrontation skills.
Oh, okay.
One time I went to my locker and I was like, listen, it happened once with the pencil. It happened twice with the binder. It happened 3 times with the Chromebook. I can't deal with this anymore.
This sounds like a Christmas song.
Like, it needs to stop at some point. It was a Chromebook last time, next time it's going to be, I don't
Piano.
know. Yeah, I don't
Next
know.
time it's going to be you. So were you able to like solve this conflict
Yes.
without a piano being involved?
Yeah, it ended before it escalated too much.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
great. That's huge. And I think that's probably a huge part of like the adjustment for a lot of 6th graders as they're like in the middle of this, as they're listening to this. They're listening to this episode as they're experiencing this while they are having these funny failures that are not yet funny maybe to them because they're in the middle of it. Or they're thinking, oh God, or worse. Or they're thinking, when is it going to happen to me? Like they're thinking like, oh no, he is right. The school is going to initiate me in. Like what's going to happen? And like poor
Timmy.
Timmy right now is like, oh God, no. Poor Timmy. is sitting listening or standing listening, whatever. He's going for a walk and he's listening to this episode. He's in Africa with Disha and he's thinking, am I next? I have been feeling a little bit ill. Maybe I should avoid Spanish class. But I think that's a part of it is when you're in it, it's not so funny. And I think it's great because, listen, you came out of it. You guys are great. You're awesome. You've survived this and you've got a great perspective of it. And you're able to learn things kind of as you're doing it. You learn how to problem solve. You learned how to, well, Suhani's still learning about the locker above her. You learn, I think, just like spatial awareness. Like, I think when I see 6th graders, they tend to be walking around a bit
clueless.
I don't want to say clueless, but I think they're so focused. And 6th graders, tell me if I'm wrong, because I'm not trying to call you out. But 6th graders, I think they're walking around, they're trying to get used to the building and their surroundings, but they're not paying attention necessarily always to everything that's around them.
Yes.
So they're focusing on, like, I got to get to music. Where's the music hall? Or I got to get to 187. And 187 makes absolutely no sense. I mean, they're not paying attention like to the other things, like human beings walking. So, but I think that's a huge part of it that I think is an adjustment, and it's only natural, and it hopefully will be funny later. For now, it's probably awful.
When I was in 6th grade, always trying to, like, I was like girl on a mission, like trying to get to class. I got to get there on time. I can't tell you the countless number of times that I turned the corner and bumped into someone. Like
because
that.
you cut the corner, you didn't go wide.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You gotta go wide.
Yeah, you gotta go wide.
And now, like, I, walk down the hallway, seeing 2 6th graders bump into, and I was like, I'm so glad that's not me.
You like go over and console them, and you're like, it'll be okay. You'll get through this.
Yeah.
So right now, like, their Madden awareness rating be like a 0 for some of them. Yeah, when I turn the corner and I'm going towards 6th grade, I always try to just make as many loud noises as I can. Like, I'll even make like honk. And just, I'm walking. Just so that they know that I'm about to like possibly bump into them. So what advice would you give them? As we're kind of winding down on this, what do you think the best piece of advice that you can give them as people who have experienced this? Experiencers who have experienced it. Well, we can't say, like, our Monarch measlers who have experienced it. What advice would you give them?
You got this.
That is not helpful, Prisha. No, in all seriousness, that is really helpful. But I'm sure there are going to be a lot of 6th graders who are listening to this, like, frantically taking notes. And are like, okay, best advice.
Socially, the best advice I could give is get involved.
Okay.
I was in a lot of clubs in 6th grade, and I feel like it helped me, know a lot of the friends I have today. Academically, go to lunch, help, do the work. It gets easier. Like, take good notes. That's what I learned.
Okay.
Like, it's not like in elementary school where they're like, oh, they're not going to give you notes and you have to write them on, like, when like a video is playing at like 25 times the speed. And like, but like, it's not like that. Like, they're actually very considerate and they like tell you like what you should copy down, what's important to know, and like use the resource that your teacher give you because those are really helpful later on.
Sure. Suhani, what do you think?
Like, sometimes I feel like 5th grade teachers kind of scare you from middle school.
Yeah.
Because, like, they're like, you're going to have a lot of work, so be prepared for it. And they, like, try to prepare you for it. But, like, if you, like, stress too much in the beginning, then you're not going to get anywhere with it. So, sometimes in the middle of the year, you kind of, like, get overwhelmed with all the projects and everything. But, like, remember to, like, take it easy. And it's not going to be the end of the world if, like, you get one bad grade or if you, like, forget one thing to class.
It's a part of the process.
Yeah. And
I think your teachers, 6th grade teachers, are expecting you to kind of mess up. Not in a negative way that, like, they have lowered expectations, but they know that it's a new adjustment. So with a new adjustment or something new that you're going through, it's fair to expect people to kind of struggle along the way.
And also, like, don't, like, know that you're not the only person who's going through this. Because, like, I remember in 6th grade, sometimes I'd go home and, like, shed so many tears being like, I have so much work and I have this and that. And then my mom would always tell me that, you're not the only one. There are other people who are doing like after school activities and other stuff like that. So like everyone's going through the same thing. So you kind of just have to get used to it because like by the time you get the hang of it, you're going to be doing fine.
Okay. When you said like everyone else is going through it, how is that helpful? Because I know a lot of people, we use that a lot. And I think sometimes we misunderstand the message and we think of that meaning, oh, other people are going through it too, and you're just like, oh, so I guess that's trivializing the importance of me going through it. Why do you think that's so helpful? Because I think it is to hear that other people are going through it.
Like, just to know that, like, you're not the only person who's getting all the pressure put on you. And, like the teachers aren't trying to be mean to you. And it's not...
They just are.
No,
I'm kidding.
All the teachers are very nice.
Yeah.
But, like, it's just to know that... I don't know.
I think a big part of... Madison, what do you think?
I just feel like a lot of kids kind of fake it till you make it. Like, I'm not sure if that's the right thing to say on this podcast.
No, it definitely is.
But a lot of kids...
I've been faking it till we make it, and I'm still waiting to make it. I'm still in the faking it process right now. That's the faking it part is usually the longest drawn out part. It usually goes on. I heard studies that show that it goes on for 85% of your life.
Oh, wow.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm faking it. Madison, sorry.
A lot of kids kind of, act like they can deal with the work. They can do sports and basketball and soccer and everything and then still do the work. But inside, they're just like you, trying to juggle travel sports and school sports and homework and projects and getting on time to Spanish class.
And so even if on the outside they're making it look like they're handling it easily, they're not.
They're not, yeah.
And you're not alone.
Yeah. Unless you were in a middle school-like environment in elementary school, which I don't think anybody was.
Probably not.
Maybe people cope with it better.
Okay.
But
it's
you're
still a new
all
experience,
dealing with the same thing.
Yeah, I think that's so helpful. And Suhani, that's why I was asking, like, why do we always go to that? And Mom obviously has great advice. This is the longest we've ever gone without poo-pooing on parents. So this is a new record. But Suhani, your mom brings up a great point. The idea that you're not alone. And I think that sixth graders listening to this, understanding just that you're not alone, that there are the people who are struggling too. It's great because you know resources. You know where to go to, who to go to. People can empathize with you. And I think it just helps. I think in general it's just a human characteristic. We don't want to be alone. It's nice to know that other people have gone through something similar. That's why every bald person that I see, I immediately have a connection with. So I'm like, you know the struggle. You know the follicle struggle, man. Just like I do.
Yeah, like it's not just students, I feel like. Whenever you're in like a workplace or something.
Yeah.
Like if you see your bus driver, whenever they see another bus driver, they always wave.
Yeah.
Like they always understand each other. Maybe they don't know each other on a personal level, but
they understand the struggle.
They build each other up.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's what we should be doing as students.
So Madison, I think one of the things that you say that's so important for sixth graders to understand also is that sometimes the best friendships that you make are usually forged when you are going through something challenging or difficult. And I think those are the ones that tend to be the longest lasting ones. One of my best friends that I have the pleasure of working with, Mr. Osborne, is someone who started Memorial the same year that I did. So we went through like our new teacher orientation and initiation, where we obviously puked in the school. So you're not alone, sixth graders. But him and we both obviously started this together. Same thing with Mrs. Pagliaro. Her first year was then. So part of why I think that we are, we're close friends for a number of reasons. But I think one of the reasons that we started off and became close friends was because we all went through the same thing. We were all going through the same adjustments. The school monster all made us throw up on various days. The plague obviously hit us. So, and I think that that's so important just in any aspect of life. So Prisha, one of the things that you and I were chatting about too for big pieces of advice. Go ahead, tell them.
Use your agenda.
As Prisha's creepily telling you. I know it sounds so trite and just cliche to use your agenda.
It does sound sponsored.
Today's episode of the Monarch Experience was brought to you by our agenda pads.
No, but that is not the case.
Why do you feel so strongly about using your agenda?
Because me personally, I like being organized and having everything written down in one place. And I've tried various techniques, writing it on my calendar or writing it on Google Calendar. But I just don't work well with technology for some reason. So
you like it physically written?
I like it physically written so I can cross it out in that satisfaction that I did it. So it's just it helps you keep track of what's coming up and what you're gonna do. And as again, as sponsored as this sounds, you should really use it.
We're going to hook you up with a free agenda pad for
Yeah.
But Prisha brings up a really great point. I think there is nothing more satisfying than checking off a long list, checking off one thing off and being like, yes, I'm so much closer to being done. I had 12 reminders in my phone for today, and I've already been able to check off 6 of them, and I'm like, I'm almost there. Thank you. And speaking of great advice, and speaking of Mr. Osborne actually had some advice for 6th graders as well. He said, do your homework. No. He said the biggest thing for him, if you had to pick one thing to advise 6th graders towards, would be to be an advocate for yourself. Come to lunch help when you need help. Ask when you need help. And I, as an 8th grade teacher, I'm not an 8th grader, I couldn't agree more with that, because I think that is one of the most important life skills, is being able to speak on your own behalf, not have someone else do it, because I think it helps you understand what you don't understand more. And that's a part of the journey to learning, or the journey to adjusting, the journey to not getting the plague. Mrs. Bott also said that she had 3 golden rules as well. 1, first impressions are important, so always smile and show respect to new people that you meet. I love it. 2, don't be afraid to ask questions if you need help. Again, we're seeing a common theme here, people. And then 3, everyone is starting something new as a 6th grader, so remember that you are not alone. Suhani, you are so wise beyond your years to be able to have that perception after doing it for 1 year. And then you've got teachers who have been here for 8, 9 years that are saying the same exact thing, because it's true. And then last and never least, Mr. Bucci, the great Mr. Bucci said the secret ingredient to 6th grade is organization in your life, your locker, and in learning. Take 1 day a week to organize your papers, your work, your locker, your room, and your thoughts. Starting to organize yourself at home will be a lifelong habit that your future self will always thank you for. I'm a big fan of thanking our future selves and making things easier, not now, but easier in the future. And I'm always talking about making your future self will thank you. Guys, really awesome episode. I'm so grateful that I was able to have the pleasure of getting to chat with all 3 of you today. I think that the advice that you've given, and also just talking about some of your stories in a lighthearted manner about what you went through in 6th grade, is so key for 6th graders now, or people who are adjusting to any new experience. The biggest thing, I think, the biggest takeaway, you're not alone. There are other people who are going through it, and reach out.
Build yourself up, because no one else will, who's going through the same thing.
Thank you so much for listening. We hope that I don't know who this we is that I'm constantly referring to. The Monarch Experience, I guess, is like an entity, kind of like the school. Oh no! But thank you for listening to the Monarch Experience. Please make sure that you subscribe so you don't miss a single episode, and you can get it right on your device of your choosing immediately. It's 2019. We don't like waiting. We don't like downloading. This way you subscribe so you can stay notified. Make sure that you're looking at Anchor, which is our hosting website, or checking us out on Spotify, iTunes, Stitcher, Breaker, Apple Podcasts, anywhere that you get your podcasts or music of your choosing. This way you could re-experience old episodes of the Monarch Experience. Please leave us a 5-star rating and leave a comment so students continue to have a platform to voice their own opinions. And make sure that you add us on Snapchat with the Monarch Experience Podcast. I'm so choked up. And this way that you can also post an image or a video of you listening in the most unique place possible. Based off the metrics and on Anchor, we've got listeners in 25 states and 5 countries, but we do not have any intergalactic listeners. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge, wink, wink, stab, stab, for any of our aliens out there listening, or people who want to travel to space to possibly win a prize. And right now what we're rolling with is you pick the prize. Disha picked Sour Patch Kids. And also, of course, follow us on Twitter at The Monarch Experience. Thank you so much for listening. Carl, it's been real. We appreciate your standing there. Our faithful potted plant, but we have to leave you. Get it? Because, he's got leaves. See ya!